Hello, everyone. It's a quick little video on some pronunciation of anatomy and physiology, some of the terms that you'll come across. Just a couple shortcut tips. It's a little bit of an oversimplification, but it may help you out to understand how to pronounce some of the very long words, because you're going to come across very, very long words that you'll need to pronounce right in an academic setting, i.e. this course and others. You'll need to pronounce them correctly in any kind of clinical setting when you're actually working as an allied health professional, as well as in any research field. You'll need to be able to pronounce these words correctly. So hopefully some tips for you to help you to use little pronunciation tips to pronounce these words. So just to test yourself, as we always do, here are 6 words. Go ahead and test yourself with them. I'm not going to pronounce them for you because that would sort of give it away. So give it a try on these 6 words, watch the video, pick up some tips, and come back and see if you can pronounce these or at least improve your pronunciation of them. So the Tortora method is nothing other than what I'm calling the method that your book uses, your text, your Tortora text. It's very simple. It's an overview. It's a little bit oversimplified, but it's very effective and it works because it keeps things pretty simple. Just a couple short rules. If you look down at the bottom, I've got anatomy and the way the Tortora method would write out anatomy. If it's a lowercase, the A at the beginning, the O in the 3rd syllable, and the me in the 4th syllable, that's not stressed. It can only be stressed if it's an uppercase, so the nat is stressed. So anatomy, okay? Over here on the right is 5 syllables, physiology. The phys, the E, the O, and the G are not stressed. It's the all. That's where the accent comes. Physiology. And if a vowel is regular without a line on it, so like this A here, and the A in nat, and the I in phys, or the O in all, that's a short vowel. If it's got a line over it, it's a long vowel. Long vowels just make the actual sound. So this is an O sound. This is an E sound. This is not an I sound. This is an I, or a short I, because doesn't have a line over it. This is an E. This is not an O. It's an aw, because it's a short without a line. This is an O, and that's an E. So nat, o, me, phys, e, all, o, g. All right. So a couple simple rules, pretty straightforward for vowels. And then just be patient. What happens you're going to get these 4 or 5 syllable words. They're huge. You just have to be patient. You cannot try to throw that stress on the first syllable, because rarely, if ever, is it stressed on the first syllable. Rarely, if ever. It's always on the 2nd, maybe the 3rd, maybe the 4th syllable of a long word. So again, anatomy, 4 syllables, anatomy, accent on the 2nd of 4. Physiology is 5, accent on the 2nd. Okay, or sorry, the 3rd, physiology, 3rd out of 5. So just be patient and wait for the accent to come later. And then just be aware of what part of speech you're looking at. If you're looking at more of a noun, then the accent may be in one place, but if you turn that same noun into the adjective form, then the accent may change. And so down at the bottom, I have the noun form epiphysis. That's the end of a long bone, very important part of the long bone. Epiphysis, that's the end of the bone. It's a noun, the thing, top of the bone. Epiphysis, accent on the 2nd syllable. But go to the adjective that describes that region, the epiphyseal region, and now the accent moves to the 3rd syllable, epiphyseal region. So just be aware that the accent may change based on what part of speech you're looking at and within the same word. Okay, and look out for that tricky Greek CH, because it's not a ch sound, the one you've known your whole life. It's not a ch, it's a k, it's a k, right? This word right below me here, there's no trochanters here. There's no chanting going on. That's not trochanter, that's trochanter, right? The superior and inferior trochanter are huge landmarks, important landmarks on the femur, the big leg one. That's not parenchyma or parenchyma, that's parenchyma. Parenchyma. Okay, it's a CH as a K, so be wary of that. That's definitely something you want to remember. And be wary of where you are in the world. The geography does matter, and it doesn't make a difference where you are. Just understand that the pronunciation could change ever so slightly based on being in a different region of the world. So when we study exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide at the lungs in 40B, and you talk about the lungs, the alveolar sacs, releasing oxygen, tissues, hemoglobin, all that really cool stuff, we would be studying respiratory physiology, respiratory accent on the first syllable. We study the same thing in Canada, exactly the same thing in Canada. It's respiratory physiology, or the respiratory system. Study the exact same thing in the United Kingdom, and it's the respiratory system. So Same exact thing, 3 different regions, accent move. So don't worry about it. Use the region you're in, but just be wary that you might hear different pronunciations because people come from parts of the world. So don't let that freak you out. And then the Tortora method would tell us that there's no pop. I like this one because there's no pop. You don't stress the first, no pop anything. It's popliteal, not popliteal. It's popliteal. Accent on the second syllable, popliteal fossa is this beautiful diamond-shaped area right there in the back of the knee. All right. And that leaves you to your testing yourself on these. Where do you think you're at with these after this quick little tutorial? Diaphysis, the diaphysis, that's the center part of a long bone, the part you'd chew on if you were a dog. The diaphysis, the endosteum, that's a very important membrane on the inside layer of the bone, inside the compact, or lining the spongy bone. Parenchymal, the adjective form of parenchyma. Anastomosis, a really important band or sheet of connective tissue connecting 2 muscles. The foramen is a hole in a bone. It's a cavity, or it's a tunnel through a bone in order to feed a blood vessel or a lymph vessel or a nerve in and out of a bone. Like your skull, you want to be able to get things in and out of your brain, and you have to have foramen through your skull. And then the last one is the mouthful, the tensor fasciae lati. If you can say that one, you know your stuff. Tensor fasciae lati. It's a very important muscle coming off the lateral aspect of your hip. Okay, so hopefully that was helpful, and thanks.